Hey everybody, my name is C and I am the owner of CLM Custom Designs on Etsy as well as YouTube, and my channel is All Things Crafting. So welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're new, welcome. Come on in and take a seat. Let's get ready to learn something. Today I am going to be sublimating on a yellow hoodie. So if you're interested in seeing the technique that I use, stick around. Let's jump into the intro. Okay, so my client ordered these hoodies off of Amazon, yellow hoodies. They are 50% cotton and 50% polyester. Now, you know, to sublimate, excuse me, in order to get a good sublimation, I would need at least 60 to 70% polyester. So I would not ever try to do a straight sublimation on something like this because I don't think the quality will be good and I don't think it would last. So I am going to use a different technique. Sorry, let me adjust this a little bit. Okay. I am going to use Sublimation HTV. I ordered this from Amazon. They have it in matte and glossy. I am going to be using it in a matte. So again, it's just HTV Sublimation in glossy. And this is what it looks like outside of the box. Now, they also have it for light fabrics and dark fabrics. Obviously, the one I'm using right now is for light fabrics. As you can see, this is yellow. So I'm going to open up Cricut Design Space, turn you around, and get started on this. Okay, here we go. This is the design that I'm using. It is Melman from Madagascar. These are not being sold. I am donating these to a school, so I don't need rights. But if you are using a character that does have rights, you need to pay for them if you are going to sell them. But again, I am not selling them. This is for a music teacher at one of my schools that's doing something with the kiddos. But anyway, here is my design. First thing you need to do is size it. The hoodie that I'm going to do is an extra large, so it should be about 12. There you go. And automatically it adjusts the width, so you can see that it's 12 height, 10.483 as a width. The next thing I'm going to do is do an offset. Okay, so I click on the picture, I come up here to where it says offset, and I click on that, and now you can see this line that's around here, and then you can start adjusting it, right? And you can do curved or cornered or straight. Obviously, I will be using curved or cornered, and then you can just play with it until you get the amount of space that you want as an offset, right? I think I'm good right about there. I'm going to hit apply, and it's going to give me an offset. So at this point, I have the actual picture, and then I have this offset. The picture is going to be a print then cut, but the offset I want to just be a cut. So up here in this corner where it says print and cut, and because it's black, it thinks it's going to print it first. I'm going to come up here, click on it. I'm going to hit basic. So now it realizes that it's just a cut and it has turned gray, but this is going to be a print and a cut. So that is what we are going to do, right? So the next thing we do is then send it to the printer, and you'll see what happens once I do that. I have 2 sets to print, so just kind of getting this out of the way. All right, so we're going to hit make it, and then it comes up here. Now, this is what I will tell you. Typically when you do Sublimation, you want to mirror it, especially if it has words on it. You definitely want to mirror it. However, when I did this first sweatshirt that I showed you in the intro, I did not mirror it, and it was actually okay because there are no words. So I'm going to do them all that way so that they will be uniform. So I will not be hitting the mirror button, but if you needed to, it would be here. Just keep that in mind. I am not mirroring it, and it's okay if there's no words on the picture. But remember that if there are words, you need to mirror it for sure. So the first thing we're going to do is actually print this in sublimation. I'm going to flip you around so you can see my sublimation machine. I am using my Epson 8550 per usual. I am going to use a 13 by 15 sheet of paper that I have gotten from Amazon. It is the sublimation paper. And I also have my heat press heating up, by the way. And my first initial heat up is going to be for 300, and I'll tell you why when we get over there. But for now, you saw me set that up. We're going to go back here, and we are just simply going to go down here and hit continue. And we are going to send it to the printer. Making sure it has the registration marks. Yes. Now, you have an option of putting a bleed on or not putting a bleed on. I always put a bleed on because that gives me a little extra room around the picture for the cutting, so I'm not too close. So I am going to do it with the bleed on. Again, if you don't want to, you can turn it off if you don't need it. And I am just going to hit print. And voila, here is my print. Really lay it out on the cutting mat. And you want to put the shiny side down to cut. I'm just going to lay that on there really quickly. Okay, so it's asking me what material I'm going to use. I'm going to go into Browse All Material. I'm just going to type in vinyl. And for me, I come down here and I use this transparent printable vinyl setting. That's what I use. We're going to hit done. We are all done. I'm going to take this off the machine. It is very hard to see, so make sure when you're reading this or whatever that you really get up close so that you can see what you're doing, so that you don't cut your image. So now we need to cut it out. And I'm going to trim it first. I'll typically flip it over so it doesn't keep rolling on me. Cut off that excess first. And then I will trim around my design so I can save as much as this as I can for another project. It'll be easier for me to read because it's not rolling. So. There's that, and then there's just this little piece in the center. And then voila, here is the offset. Okay, so now we get to go over to the heat press. So we're over at the press. Per usual, we need to do a quick press to get the moisture out of the hoodie. Again, my press right now is on 300 because I'm going to press the sublimation vinyl first. We know we press sublimation on 400 for 60 seconds, but this I press on 300 for about 10 seconds. So I'm going to press that first. I'm going to place this on the shirt. And kind of want the neck to go right down into the pocket. Get that nice and smooth. We usually do 3 to 4 fingers down. This is a little over 3, but not quite. 4 fingers down. And just want to make sure everything is flat and straight. And I'm going to do this for 10 seconds. And here we go. Now we are going to peel back. And hopefully you can see, if I bring it a little closer, the outline that is left. It's almost clear. You can barely see it. Oh, that might be a better angle, but that's what's left. So the next thing we do is to sublimate on, and I should have said to do a lint roller first, but I didn't, but we should lint roll first. So at this point, I'm letting my heat press get up to 400. I now have to get down close to be able to see, to place my design inside the parameters of the offset. Now, what I discovered when I did the first shirt is when you, I guess, press it on 400, it leaves the impression and it takes up the extra portion of the outline that is not going to have the sublimation on it. So what I mean is typically even after you press this, you can still see a portion of that outline very faint around it, because remember, the outline was a little bigger than the picture. So there's typically a little bit left. But I noticed on the first one, when I sublimated on the 400, it literally, I don't know if it melted or what it did, but it did not leave the rest of that behind, which I was okay with. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did the first time. And I don't know if you can see from this angle that even though it's in there, there is some extra on the side. And then if you look at the one that I've already pressed, you can see that that is gone. It's not there. So I actually like it not being there. And as you can see, it's still soft, even though we've used that other material to sublimate on. So, and I'm just going to get my blowout paper to lay over top of the design. I'm going to do 60 seconds. And then we're going to peel it back. We're going to peel this off. And you can see I lost the ending of my footage, not sure what happened, but thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys, while I made these really cute sweatshirts. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with anyone else who you think would enjoy it. And until we meet again, be safe. Bye-bye.